The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then.
I think Pavel Nedved's going to have a starring role here, Peter. Being two-footed, he can operate both as a traditional and as an inverted winger. So he always offers you that option, hugging the line or coming inside.
Very versatile, isn't he?
Yeah, and then there's that trademark run from deep.
So the defence are going to have their hands full.
You can say that again.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Now, what about this cross? Bale. Aimed beyond the defence. Now that's well seen too. Lahm. Ambitious ball here. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Lahm is fouled. Rodri. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Adriano. And it's Rice. Lahm. Nicely weighted ball. Nedved. Piqué with the clearance. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Rijkaard. It's Belletti. At least a return pass. Cannavaro. And it's Rijkaard. Rice. Now this could be a chance. Adriano! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Oh, super find. He's found a way through. Crosses it in here.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Neither side yet able to find the net. Rice. Looking for the run. And this is Adriano. It's just beyond his reach. Oh, he's close for a shot! Goal! Arsenal! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Arsenal have taken the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Cannavaro. Turns back here, probably the best option. Henderson. Probing pass. He is through here. Rodri. Played out wide. Arsenal are looking to break at pace. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And this is Adriano. Half an hour played now. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now that looks a decent ball.
This is the time you need that pace.
That's a throw. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And it's Rice.
Pele really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Rice.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
That's gone all the way through to the keeper. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Arsenal can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
That has not gone well. PK. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Driving on and making good progress. That's an imaginative pass. That's a delicate pass. And he's cut it out. And the shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Bullet clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Raul Reds with the corner. They're first.
Substitution in progress.
Back into the middle. Real chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Rice.
2 minutes has been indicated.
And this is Bale. Maldini. Bale, a player who needs no introduction. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the referee brings the first half to a close. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Arsenal have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0.
Substitutions taking place.
Here we go again.
Arsenal definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Oh, easy pickings there. Rijkaard. Pele, given the lift of his goal, could move up a gear here. Neatly clipped into space. And this is Pele! Incoming delivery. He's looking wide.
Arsenal clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Now it's Pele. Looking for options for movement. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Arsenal are still that goal to the good.
Might want to be careful there.
Now it's Hullet. Bellingham. Threads one in. It's a good-looking delivery.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Played back. It's Jordan Henderson! They just took too long getting forward.
Jordan Henderson simply took an age to make his mind up, Peter, when urgency was the single requirement.
And it's Belletti. Bergomi tries to pass it through. That looks a good ball through. And he's lost, and he shoots! Oh, what has happened here? A terrific header!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 41, Rice. Number 19, Messi.
Can he get on the end of this?
Number 4.
Couldn't squeeze it through.
Number
And that is
7,
out of play.
Yamal. Substitution.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an error. Shoots! It's there! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Substitutions taking place.
Rower Reds making another change here. Bale gets the call to seemingly universal approval.
Well, not quite sure why he wasn't started, Peter, but at least it's a move that makes everyone happy.
Bullet! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Arsenal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Yamal unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Yamal is wide and looking to get onto this. Shot at goal! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
A case now of complete control.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
He has found the way through. Has a shot! Oh, extraordinary.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
That's a little off target. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Just eases him off the ball. Henderson. Shapes to shoot! And that is a truly outstanding save.
Our Reds really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Arsenal clearly now in lead preservation mode. Rijkaard. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Christian Abbiati in goal today. Just another example of a great Italian stopper. My goodness me, they've produced a few.
They have, and like some of the current crop, he's someone who's starred at the top level since his teens, Peter. Also proved himself to be a symbol of longevity and consistency.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Plays a sharp little ball here. And it's made its way to him. That's been slipped through. Rummenigge. Darren Fletcher. Oh, played right into his path. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now, he's got space here. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Belletti. Arsenal have had the ball in promising areas, but nothing to show for it. Darren Fletcher. That is ended up in no man's land. Now it's Hullet. And now the breakaway. Couldn't squeeze it through. And he's forced to go back. And it's gone back to the keeper.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Alvarez. And here's Hullet. Yamal.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And here's Hullet. Bale. And this is Bale. Baron. Doué. Now it's Aubameyang. To Darren Fletcher. Mateus. And it's Caceres. And he's in on goal. Now it's Hullet. Now it's Alvarez. That's a nicely shaped ball. And no, that was never going to make it. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Approaching the half-hour mark. Platini. To Maldini. Plays the return pass. Threads one in. No, that's been intercepted. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Darren Fletcher. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. And it's Baron. Milan looking to pass their way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Doué cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Darren Fletcher. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And he's surging through. Platini.
This is the time you need that pace.
Platini. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And we hit half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Reflections on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And big chance! And he's done it!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Belletti. Yamal, played out wide. Great vision. Now it's Yamal, delivered in. And he's gone looking for safety. More and more pressure on the ball here. Now it's Bale. Time and again they are repelled. Not the most accurate pass. Doué, looking to be a menace in the final third. That's an imaginative pass. And he welcomes it in. Pass is just off target. Arsenal still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Cannavaro kept aware and it is reclaimed easily. Tries to pass it through. Aimed beyond the defence. Platini is wide and looking to get onto this.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out the...
And a chance! Really well taken goal. A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Arsenal choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Things starting to... Real chance! It's bounced back off the post. Rijkaard gets it clear. That looks a decent... Takes a shot! He's beaten it. It's in!
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Caceres. Arsenal still have the cards to affect this game. That has been cut short. Platini. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Pullet going face-to-face with his great rival. Looking for the run. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there. Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, judging by his reaction, he clearly feels he should have made more of it, but he's looking very much like the big threat at the moment.
Darren Fletcher. Cannavaro. They've got a corner here. Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Leicester deals with that comfortably.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
He's found a way through, and he's had it nicked away. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's shifting through the gears here. Looking for options for movement. Tries a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
And that will be it. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end virtually unavoidable. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited, and deserved to be.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
I do enjoy watching the high-risk, high-reward approach taken by this lad Kerkez, a player who likes engaging and stretching the opposition going forward while doing a lot of intense man-to-man pressing as well. If he's on his game, he can help his team create many chances high up this pitch.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Rijkaard. And this is Messi. And it's Belletti. No, that's been intercepted. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And it's Rice. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Rice. Now it's Pelé. Belletti, looking for options for movement. Azar. Now it's Azar. Now Kerkez. Azar. Drives it in. Maldini is there, and he can get that clear. Tries to play it through. And this is Adriano. And just the keeper's Adriano! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. How smart was that? Such a delicate finish.
The skill and the confidence was just brilliant, and he showed both a quick head and even quicker feet.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do. Inter clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good one. He gets big! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
Belletti. Now, can they get him away? And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Oh, good ball! That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Alexander-Arnold. And this is Ronaldo. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Well, they've got it again. Now it's Messi. He's a sharp little ball here. That's a good ball. Great chance! Good claim. No margin for error there. Sommer did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Kerkez. Ribéry. Azar. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And this is Lewandowski. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And it's Belletti. Knocks it into space. Belletti is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Threads one in. Now that looks a decent ball. Lewandowski. Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Rijkaard. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Adriano. Out to the right. Hazard promptly onto that, and that is that. Messi. And it's Ribéry. Pass somewhat off target. Lewandowski is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And this is Bale. It's Bale! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it. And the whistle goes for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Reflections on the first half?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Arsenal happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 7. Hazard. Viene sostituito.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes. Arsenal carrying a one-goal lead. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Ruben Neves, the ultimate schemer, the supplier-in-chief. Looking to play him in. Ronaldo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Goes for a shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Now it's Lewandowski. Bale. Rice. Bale. Rijkaard. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Arsenal are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Maldini.
Arsenal have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Great vision. Pele! Really well taken goal. And now they can clear their lines. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Arsenal finding their passes. Spread it left. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Cannavaro gets it clear. Adriano aimed beyond the defence. Inter Milan can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Now it's Pele. It's a pretty loose pass. Ribery. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Opts for safety. Maldini. For Bale. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Rice. Now it's Pele. And this is Messi. He's picked his way. Can he finish?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Just about up to 75 minutes. Can he get onto this? And they're not going to make any further progress now. Nice looking ball. That's a little off target. Ruben Neves.
Inter really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
That's good play. It's Adriano! It's in! And surely now, the result beyond doubt. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Shoots! And that's a real chance missed.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 15.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Numero 56. Attenzione, un cambio.
Oh, poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. And it's Messi. Can he get it through? Tries to cross. And that has been cleared. Bale. Vieira. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Cruyff. And here's Bale. Oh, that's a... Adriano! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Adriano brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
Ribery viene sostituito con il numero 16.
That has been cut short. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Trion gets over and intercepts. Short changes him with that pass. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Alexander-Arnold. And that is as far as it goes. Arsenal are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved.